Hey y'all, welcome back. So again, my name's Ethan. This is going to be vitamin D cofactor number 4, which is going to be boron. It's a micronutrient. Um, like I said, I'm delivering all these vitamin D cofactors for you guys, so that way you make sure that you're taking all of them, because you might be like, well, my vitamin D is good, but I still have symptoms of a low vitamin D, so why am I not benefiting from this? Well, maybe it's because you're missing one of these. So anyways, with that being said, let's move on. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen my other vitamin D cofactor videos, just wait to the end of this video. There'll be a link. You can just click on that, and that way you make sure you watch all of them. Okay, now moving on. So like I said, boron is the vitamin D cofactor number 4. I didn't even know boron was considered a mineral that we were supposed to be ingesting, or it should be a part of our diet. And so I did a little bit of research in this. We're going to start off from Vitamin D Wiki this time. So here it says boron is good, but not as essential. I don't know if I would agree with that, knowing what I know now. But anyways, Vitamin D Wiki saying is good, but not as essential. Boron increases vitamin D and magnesium in the body by 20%. So that's, 1/5. I mean, that's a pretty good amount. Most people are boron deficient now that commercial fertilizers are used. So that kind of sounds like magnesium problem. So recent farming practices are making the soil depleted of micronutrients that we need. Saying that you should have about 3 to 10 milligrams of boron element daily. That's either through your diet or through supplementation. Prune juice is one of the highest contents of boron. Raw avocados, raisins, some grapes. Supposedly coffee has it, potatoes. So like I said, just because you're eating these foods doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting the amount that you're supposed to from them. And there weren't a lot of articles that I found that pertain to vitamin D and boron. There was a lot of information about boron in general and other health benefits from it, but like I said, I'm doing these videos as far as what it pertains or how it pertains to vitamin D. So looking at this article from 2015, it says nothing boring about boron. It says the trace metal boron is a micronutrient with diverse and vitally important roles in metabolism that render it necessary for plant, animal, and human health, and as recent research suggests, possibly for the evolution of life on Earth. And right here, number 1, it says it is essential for the growth and maintenance of bone. Well, we know vitamin D is very important for bone health. It improves wound healing. We know vitamin D can be important for the skin as well. And right here, number 3. So beneficially impacts the body's use of estrogen, testosterone, and vitamin D. So right there, it is currently saying that boron impacts the body's use of vitamin D. And number 4, right here, it says boost magnesium absorption. What was the other cofactor that we've talked about? It was magnesium. So, and we also know much of the U.S. population is probably deficient in magnesium. So having something that could boost the absorption of that is very beneficial. So interesting that the first 4 things that they talk about in this article are all somewhat in relation to or have something to do with vitamin D. Whether it's, like I said, the bone, the wound healing, just that it impacts the body's use of vitamin D, period, and that it also boosts magnesium absorption. So this is all rather interesting that they all just kind of listed as the first 4 things. And that's not to mention all these other things that they found that boron will improve or may help. So I think we're going to have to do another video about boron and its beneficial effects on the human body. So I don't remember when we talked about magnesium, if I mentioned how a lot of people tend to lose magnesium through their urine along with calcium. In this study, they found that boron supplementation has repeatedly been shown to markedly reduce urinary excretion of both calcium and magnesium. So right there is saying that it reduces the excretion of this through the urine. So right there, that's very important. So this might be very beneficial for you if you drink a lot of diuretics like coffee or tea. So moving on to how exactly boron impacts vitamin D status. They were looking at this study from Serbia in the wintertime, and it says The study took place in Serbia with supplementation beginning in October and concluding by January. In other words, the study occurred during the fall transition to winter, a time when vitamin D status would be expected to worsen. Yet with boron supplementation, levels rose significantly with an average rise of 20%. And that was using 6 milligrams for 60 days of boron, and that was not taking any vitamin D supplement. So basically, it's saying that alone, boron can raise your vitamin D status. And honestly, if you're having trouble raising your vitamin D, supplementing with boron might potentially help you with raising that. And the reason for saying that is they found that boron seems to influence methylation in certain enzymes like 24-hydroxylase and 25-hydroxylase. And really, it's a lot of nitpicky scientific stuff that they're getting into here. But all we really need to know is that boron has a positive influence, especially on non-responders to vitamin D supplementation, and taking 3 to 6 milligrams a day could be very beneficial. So in their conclusion, it says boron has been proven to be an important trace mineral because 1, it is essential for growth and maintenance of bone. 2, it greatly improves wound healing. 3, beneficially impacts the body's use of estrogen, testosterone, and vitamin D. And 4, it boosts magnesium absorption. So really, those are the 4 things that have to do with vitamin D right there. So right down here at the bottom it says, in none of the numerous studies conducted to date, however, do boron's beneficial effects appear at intakes of less than 3 milligrams. And there's no daily requirement that has been established. They're just saying that there's only an upper limit of 20 milligrams per day of anyone over the age of 18. So with that being said, I would suggest, of course, asking your doctor first about this before you start any new supplement. But ask them about taking boron. Hopefully they'll be fine with you doing that. I would suggest taking, I myself am taking about 3 milligrams a day right now. There's a little bit in my multivitamin, but I don't know how much. So I could be taking a little bit more than 3 milligrams. But really, as long as you're not taking more than 20 milligrams per day, which is going to be a little difficult to do, unless you're like heavily supplementing with it, I don't think it's going to be a problem. So at least according to this study. So, but like I said, of course, speak to your doctor first about it. But with that being said, thanks for watching. Like I said, click over here and watch the other cofactor videos. You don't want to miss out. And also check me out on Instagram. I try and post daily that has to do with things about celiac disease or things to improve your digestive health overall. And also I post a little bit about glyphosate as well. So anyways, check me out on Instagram. It's EthanJones7101. But other than that, like I said, thanks for watching. Check out my other cofactor videos. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.